here is the discussion board rubric, and I'm going to just go through this real quick so you guys can know what I'm going to expect in future discussion boards. So it's broken down into three categories, and each of those categories you're going to be ranked poor, average, good, or excellent. So the first category is timely discussion contributions, and this mainly has to do with when you post and how many times you post. So the best category here, obviously, or the best grade here is under excellent. And what that means is you're going to have your initial post prior to midnight on Thursday, and then you're going to have several kind of well-distributed posts throughout the week. So this doesn't mean it has to be all under your post. You can actually make comments under other people's posts, and I will be able to see that when I'm grading it. So this is kind of you make an initial post, and then you do some comments on other people's posting. To have the good ranking, you're going to have your initial post prior to midnight on Thursday, and have 2 to 3 posts distributed throughout the week. So this is kind of just one step below the excellent. Average. You still have your initial post prior to midnight on Thursday, but you only have 1 or 2 posts total for the week. And then poor, for 0 points into this, would be if you post after midnight on Thursday for your first post and you only have 1 of them. So that would not be a timely discussion contribution because it's going to be kind of at the end of the week and nobody else can comment on it. So we really want the post to be started before midnight on Thursday. Okay, the second area is responsiveness to discussion and demonstration of knowledge and understanding gained from any assigned reading material. Your post should encourage future comments, it should be insightful, and it should be thoughtful. So here, under the four levels, excellent to get the maximum number of points. It's very clear that you've read the material and understood it, and you've incorporated it into your responses. Your responses are insightful and encourage further comments and discussion. The next level down is good. It's clear you read the material, you incorporated it into your responses, but your responses just weren't quite as good as far as the insight and encouraging further comments. They're still going to be helpful comments, they're well thought out, but they're not necessarily thought-provoking and insightful. Under average, your posting may have questionable relationship to the reading material, so it seems to get off topic or doesn't really relate. It's kind of, you put in a moderate amount of thought and effort, so not a whole lot as compared to these other levels. And then under poor, it's not clear at all that you actually read the material you were assigned, you didn't incorporate it into your discussion, and you didn't put any thought or effort into the post. So just kind of one of those automatic replies, kind of like, oh, good luck, oh, that sounds interesting, oh, I agree. None of those are really insightful, so that's kind of the poorest level there as far as the amount of effort that goes into it. And then the last thing here is grammar and professionalism. So we have our rankings. If you have excellent, you're not going to have any grammatical errors. It's going to read like a comment from a professional. So this is kind of the highest level here, is when you read your post, it sounds like somebody that knows what they're talking about. You don't have any errors, obvious grammar errors. You sound like a professional, you sound like you have a college degree, so this is kind of the highest level of that. Good would be you don't have any grammatical errors, but it's not particularly professional, so it sounds just kind of like a student, a high school student, or something along those lines. Average, you do have some grammatical errors and it doesn't sound professional. And then poor is you have poor grammar, it doesn't sound professional, the comments are thoughtless or possibly deliberately antagonistic. It's okay to debate in the discussions, but it should always be a respectful debate. So just be careful with your comments, kind of think about them before you post, especially when we get into some of the more controversial subjects such as evolution and creationism and all that. You don't want to be antagonistic. You do want to debate things, but you don't want to be ugly about it. So this is the grading rubric for the discussion post from this point forward, so you'll have an idea about what you need to do to get your maximum number of points. Once again, to get the maximum number, you have to have your initial post prior to midnight on Thursday, and the deadline for all of the posts is Saturday midnight. So any posts after Saturday midnight will not be factored into your grade for the discussion board. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to email me. For this first discussion board with the introductions to the class, I went very, very easy on this. I really didn't use this rubric at all. Pretty much if you posted anything before midnight on Thursday and then you had your picture uploaded and you replied to a few other posts, you got your full maximum number of points. If you didn't have a picture uploaded or you didn't reply to any other posts, then you got about 8 or 9 points depending on how much you did. And then if you didn't respond at all until kind of after the deadline, I did give you a number like 5 points just to kind of help you out with that first grade. But from this point forward, if you go past the deadline, you will not get any points for that. So, like I said, email me if you have any questions. Thanks.